So I'm supposed to talk about Kaitlyn and piano. But since it was what I call Little Kaitlyn that started piano, I wanted to start with my favorite Little Kaitlyn memory. Because I used to offer her chocolate cookies for hugs. Had to get them somehow. But it quickly turned into offering her chocolate simply for saying the word chocolate. Chocolate. It was cuter than the hug was. First piano lesson, she was 4 years old. She learned faster than pretty much any of my teenage students learned. Well, a quarter of their size. She and Rochelle played a duet for the Teach Talent show during her first year. It was a one-liner for Kaitlyn and two hands for Rochelle. It was a Disney song, Sleeping Beauty Waltz. Mrs. Susan found me after the talent show and had to inform me that she cried through the whole thing. Years later, we picked Cantina Band from Star Wars, also with Rochelle. I made them practice at our house a lot because it made me want to dance. It was so stupid fun, I could not hear the song enough. And I couldn't bear to think that they were going to practice at Kim's house where I couldn't hear them, so I insisted I needed to be listening. I held her back a bit. She was so talented, but she was also so small. Small hands, and she seemed so young. I didn't want to push her too hard, but all of a sudden, she was big enough, and she was old enough, and I realized, in my opinion, a bit too late, that I had waited too long. I put her in piano literature, books 1, 2, 3, and 4, all at once, trying to make up for lost time. She was suddenly able to handle 3 and 4 with ease, but I didn't want all kinds of holes in her learning, so we just took all 4 of them at the same time. She quickly earned the spot of show closer at recitals, which is given to my most advanced students, and everybody loved to hear her play, especially the year she played Greatest Showman. Most every student in the recital was singing along with her playing in their seats watching the recital. I thought it was completely adorable. I think, though, my personal favorite was Divinere. Very moving and emotional song, in my opinion. She held back emotion from her playing for so long in favor of technical proficiency. But when it finally came out, I found myself crying in the kitchen over the sink listening to her. Seemed like she matured in moments.
Probably cookies. We would always get cookies after piano lessons. Oh, well, that was one of my very first ones. It was a duet that I played with Aunt Jean, and I would always, when I was younger, I'd actually sing when I played a lot of piano songs. And actually, when I was at the Baumeisters, I was playing it on their piano one time. Then after that, they would always force me to sing it. They thought it was so cool, and I hated it. I didn't like doing it all the time, but whenever I go to their house, they'd force me to sing it again. But I loved that. definitely not force them, but when they were younger, I would probably like encourage them to do something musically, because musically stuff is brilliant. The piano would be a good start because, I mean, it's helped me a lot with music things, so if they're interested in music as they got older, then cool, good for them.
She's a dreaming of a lost kiss, and the bridge is open comes with this. That's what brings her out, so happy. And as the breeze will live so much, for lips are the only things that touch.
I really like piano because it's like all instruments at once. It's like, you know, you have the bass and you have the melody and the harmonies and you're the drums. And I find that really cool. It's a lot of multitasking, but it's really cool.
Do you like singing while you play piano?
I used to right up until I was like 11-ish. I was singing Ever After from Enchanted, and I played that for a talent show at Teach, and I kept making mistakes. Either I couldn't remember the lyrics, or I couldn't remember a certain note, and then that would just like stop the entire thing, and I found it really difficult as I was getting higher in my piano level to do both at the same time. But before that, when it was just easier music, I loved it. To go with Let It Go, but I feel like I'm only saying that because it was like the most difficult and I spent the most time on it. I think I was doing that for about a year, so that one took me a while. That was one of the first songs that was like way above my level when I started playing it, so I spent a lot of time on that one. If you looked at the other piano songs that I was playing at the time, none of it looked like Let It Go did. Let It Go was a lot harder than I was used to. up with it, so that was just I just kind of always liked it. I guess that's kind of my introduction into music as well, because I started when I was 4. And it's like helped me with lots of other music things, like, you know, choir and plays, or musicals anyway. It's actually helped me a lot in that, like, in choir, if I'm like confused about a certain melody that I'm singing or whatever, I can just be like, oh, piano, just read the music, and there we go. I'm not really sure why that one's my favorite. It has a key change in it, which I don't actually know if I've had a key change like that in the piano before, so I found that cool. I've never actually played it for any concerts though, so there's no evidence I've ever played it. could make time for piano after I graduate, I would love to do that, but I don't know how much time I'll have. I'm probably going to experiment a lot with like different kinds of music because I've kind of been playing just not just one kind, but I'd like to experiment with other songs as well. That's probably what I'll do later. Like songs that I know, like with Let It Go and stuff, I'd have a lot of fun with those because I would know them. So I think that'd be kind of cool to learn songs by artists I know. Like I've seen a couple of AJR piano songs, and those look like so much fun. So. I want to get a grand piano. I'm going to put in my budget.
I've had fewer students of her caliber than I can count on one hand. Congratulations, Kaitlyn Piano. Can't wait to hear what song you pick to play next.